take vanaprastha and then take sannyas and take disciples. So I have done most of that. I'm in the process of taking sannyas, and soon we'll be accepting disciples. And basically, I just want to travel and preach and associate with wonderful people like yourself. So that's me. Now everyone can tell me who they are.
My name is Prayag Narayan Das Mishra, initiated in Sri Sampradaya in 1955. Tamal Krishna Goswami is my Shiksha Guru. I have been chanting 16 rounds daily, plus 16 rounds, sometimes 32, yesterday 37, and observe 4 regulative principles. I should brag myself for being in Dallas for 16 years and moving here in 1999. And when I found that grain is being served on Ekadashi day, I suggested to the management and they gladly accepted. So I'll brag and take credit for introducing Ekadashi Vrat in ISKCON Phoenix. 3 years ago, inspired by His Holiness Ganpat Swami Maharaj, with the help of Go Sevaks here, we established, and we are proud to say to you that we have opened a first Goshala, which is recognized by ISKCON in Arizona.
Ki Jai.
So Go Sevak, Go Sevikas.
That's a real happening. That's an accomplishment.
These are all dedicated volunteers here, and we need inspiration from you further.
Do you milk the cows?
No.
No?
Drink the milk.
Yeah, we drink the milk, make yogurt. And
That's even better.
Yeah. we all have arranged picnics and things like gathering under Ganpat Swami Maharaj.
Back in the 70s, for a while, I stayed at Gita Nagari, and we had about 70 prize-winning brown Swiss cows. So we had barrels of ghee, barrels of milk and cream, and all the things that the vegans tell us we shouldn't eat. They're in such nonsense. If they only knew the treasure that you have in this Goshala milk, this ahimsa milk, they have no way.
Hare Krishna. My name is Anil, and we started going to temple since 1.5 years. I think it's a blessing from Krishna, and we are enjoying Krishna Bhakti. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My name is Siva. We have been going to temple for the last 2.5 years, and I'd like to be part of satsang and Bhakti Riksha program. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, my name is Pankaj. We live here, and since the last 13 years we have been going to ISKCON.
Oh, wonderful.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My name is Satish. We started going to the temple since 8 years, and have been inspired by the kirtans and the books, holy books written by Srila Prabhupada, listening to all the monks listening.
Wonderful. Have we met before? I think so.
I think so, Prabhu.
I can't remember where.
Yeah.
And I think I remember you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. My name is Vikram.
Vikram? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming.
My name is Radhapraman Das. I'm a disciple of His Holiness Jivanand Swami, who I met in 1985. My wife and I subsequently took initiation formally. I have been associated with two songs since 1989, and been in Phoenix since 1998. And I preach a little bit in the colleges, and we have Bhakti Shastri programs. My wife is in volunteering in Sunday school. I was just watching a tape 3 days ago about San Francisco Ratha Yatra, and I want to share with all of you here that I heard a voiceover, either it is Narayana or Jayananda Prabhu's, one of the Prabhupada's disciples, who built the Ratha cart. The video is running and many people are giving voice over, and in one of the sentences it says that Jivananda and I, we were doing something, I can't remember, I want to go now and He just, the very next day I heard about you from Sandana. So I wasn't sure if it's the same Jivanand. I just checked with him today because the first time I'm meeting him, I said, "Were you in San Francisco and helping Jayan?" And he said, "Yes."
Yeah.
So this is the humility of the great disciples of Srila Prabhupada, that we don't know so much about them. I want to make a small clarification about Ekadasi and ISKCON Phoenix. I remember in 1997 and 98, many of us practiced Nirjala Ekadasi. So what Dr. Mishra is saying perhaps is an aberration that happened one time that you must have seen, because we used to practice Ekadashi very strictly for a long, long time. That's just a clarification. Maybe what he did was a good thing about one time that we had. So
Sometimes because of the titi, it's
Yeah.
not, the Ekadashi is not, it's not suitable for fasting because of the timing of the titi. So the fasting for the Ekadashi would be the next day on Dwadashi. It shifts once in a while. It gets like, I don't understand all of the details, but sometimes it shifts like that. Just recently we had one, I believe it was in, I was in Dallas, I think in maybe March, and we had one where you didn't fast on Ekadashi, you fasted the next day. You know, or maybe, I don't know, sometime
yeah,
recently.
is always there in the calendar.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is we were practicing them very strictly. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to clarify.
yeah, I just want to add, what I meant is, for the congregation,
Yes,
they were serving,
congregation too, we were cooking.
they were
homemade
serving
Ekadasi
grain,
prasada.
and
there
I
must have
observed it many times. Then I
I
checked
think
it.
I was there too, so I find it hard to believe, but it's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Ancient history.
Right.
But to be corrected.
Yeah. What's it, G?
My name is Nita. My husband Anil. So we have been going just for 1.5 years, and I think it's just Krishna's mercy that, you know, whatever I could do so far, he's just been very merciful to me. That's all I can say. Very fortunate to be here today.
Krishna is very merciful.
Very merciful.
And when you accept his mercy, then you become part of his mercy. So now you're here and you are Krishna's mercy. The devotee of Krishna is part of Krishna's mercy. It's just like, you know, you're one of the rays of Krishna, the rays emanating from Krishna. So you've become part of that. You've become part of his mercy. Mataji?
Louder, please.
Inspired by real bhakti. I saw real bhakti and dedication in ISKCON, so I inspired. So I like to be here, and I'm so fortunate to having Krishna as well.
You're all so fortunate.
Yeah.
Mataji?
Hare Krishna, my name is Priyanka, and I've been, I was introduced to ISKCON back in 2001, and since then I just absolutely love it, and I enjoy the chanting, kirtans,
Yeah.
satsang, it's a bliss.
So you're an old timer. You're a
But
veteran.
progressing very slowly, Prabhuji.
I want to add that on behalf of everyone, that all of them, you know, Mataji teaches Sunday school,
Yeah.
Srilata Mataji does a lot of garland service, Nita Mataji does a lot of activities associated with the temple, very energetic energy and husband. And Satish Prabhu here is very active in the congregation. He runs his own business that's called AZ.
In the congregation, the Phoenix, yeah.
And he's a very successful entrepreneur. Pankaj Prabhu is a very senior manager in Intel. And so is Shiva Prabhu and Vikram Prabhu. Are you a student? Are you working? Oh, okay. He's working at Intel too. And of course our Mishra ji is our all in all senior, very senior devotee of Krishna who motivates us. Sujata, of course, is also very active in Sunday school and does garland service. So they are not telling enough about themselves is what I'm trying to step in and say.
The devotee never does. You know, the devotee wants to hear about everyone else. You know, because We've given up the biggest, what is the biggest enemy we can have on our path back home, back to Godhead? Self-interest. You see, for us to spread love of Godhead, we've got to be compassionate to all living entities. So, this self-interest, I already know about me. I don't need to, I'm not interested in me. It's an old story. I'm interested in you. This is a new story, a new association. So the devotee feels like that. So much for me. Now what about you? You see. So it's very nice. It's right. Associating with the devotees is such a sweet experience. So I think we should probably go on with Bhagavad Gita. You tell me, please let me serve you. You tell me and direct me what we should be doing at what particular time. So should we start? And I think, is it the second chapter, 55th verse we're starting with?
Yes. We're trying to complete the chapter as time permits.
Well, let's go for it and see how far we get. If we have any questions or comments, please feel free to stop at any time, okay? And what is the format that you usually use? How would you like to do this? We go around the room and read verse, or should I read them, or what? I'm your servant, whatever you say is best.
You lead the verse and then also make us repeat the translation.
Mm-hmm.
53. We start at 53.
53?
So if you can read the verse, we can follow, and if you can read the translation, we can follow. And then if there's any purport that you would like us to read, we can do it.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I've got my own that I travel with because it's got bigger print. I don't have very good eyes. Sometimes I have a problem with my eyes, and it's hard for me to read. So a little bit of dyslexic. So why don't you read the Sanskrit,
Okay.
and then I'll read